Good morning, fourth graders. Today we are on page 41 of your student journal, page 41. And our objective today is I will apply the formula for area to solve problems. Okay, so let's talk about what that means. In our last lesson, we learned the formula. Now we're going to apply it, which means we're going to use it. So we're just going to be using the formula for area to solve our problems. That's what that apply means. Okay, so let's look at our vocabulary. They're reminding us what a rectangle is. And this is the big part. They're reminding us what area is. So it's the amount of space inside a flat shape. Okay, they also remind us that our answer always has to be in square units. So inches squared, yards squared, centimeters squared, whatever it might be the measurement, we have to make sure it's squared. And then they remind us about our formula. So area equals length times width. And remember yesterday I said that a lot of times we put the L as a cursive L so people don't get confused and think it's a 1. But our formula is area equals length times width. Okay, so our steps are we're going to always write the formula because we need to have that memorized. We're going to substitute with known information. So we're going to plug in what we know and then we're going to be solving. Okay, so friends, I'm going to get started with mine. Here's my first problem. My first problem says, what is the length of a small mirror if the width is 2 inches and the area is 8 inches? 8 inches squared. Okay, so I'm going to draw it, even though they don't make me, just because that helps me. So what do I know? What is the length? I don't know the length, so that's what I don't know. What do I know? The width is 2 inches. So the width is 2 inches and says the area is 8 inches squared. So the area is the inside. Okay, so my formula is area equals length times width. And I know the area. The area is 8. I don't know the length, but I know the width is 2. Okay, so friends, what would have to go here? What times 2 is going to give me 8? Hopefully you're thinking 4. So my measurement is also going to be important. It's inches. It's not squared because squared is my area. I'm just looking for the length. So the length is 4 inches. That would be my answer. Okay, let's look at another one. This one says, what is the width of a room with a length of 16 feet and an area of 160 feet squared? Okay, so again, I really think it's helpful to draw it. So what do I know? What is the width? So I don't know that part. It says the length of 16 feet. So I know that's 16 feet. And an area of 160 feet squared. Okay, so this is what I know. I know how much is inside. I know the length. I don't know the width. So my formula is area equals length times width. And what do I know? I know my area is 160. I know my length is 16, but I don't know the width. So 16 times what will give me 160? What does this W need to be? 16 times what gives me 160? Hopefully you are thinking 10. 16 times 10 gives me 160. But what's my measurement? It's feet. And the length and the width are not squared. So it's just 10 feet. Only the area is squared. Okay, let's try some of these together. We are on page 42. And here's our first problem. It says a city block has an area of 12 square miles. If the length of the block is 4 miles, what is the width? Okay, so let's draw it. Let's use like half of our space to draw our picture. Here's my rectangle. What do we know? We know the area is 12 square miles. So the area is the inside, and it's 12, and they wrote square miles. We could say miles squared, which means the same thing. It says the length of the block is 4 miles. So the length is the longer part, is 4 miles. And they want to know what is the width. So they want to know this part. Okay. So our formula is area equals length times width. And what do we know? Let's plug in what we know. We know the area is 12. We know our length is 4. We don't know what our width is. That's what we're trying to find out. So what does this need to be to make this true? 4 times what is going to give me 12? Hopefully you are thinking 3. And it's a width, so it's not squared. The only thing squared is the actual area, so it would just be 3 miles. That would be our answer. Okay, let's look at our next one. The area of the cover of a notebook is 72 inches squared. If the width is 8 inches, what is the length? Okay, so let's draw our notebook. Notebooks usually are this direction. What do we know? We know the area is 72 inches squared. It says width is 8 inches. So the width is the shorter one, is 8 inches. And they said, what is the length? This is the part we don't know, the long part. Okay, so let's write our formula. Area equals length times width. If our length is, area 72, I don't know my length, but I know my width. So what times 8 will give me 72? That's what I have to ask myself. What times 8 gives me 72? And hopefully you know your multiplication facts, and you know that 9 times 8 will give you 72. So my length must be 9 inches. Not squared, because remember, squared only is for the area. So 9 inches. Okay, friends, when you're doing these, try not to do any shortcuts. Draw the picture, write the formula. It doesn't take very long to do it right, so please do it right. Have a wonderful day. Bye.